Welcome to the Three Guys podcast. Today we'll be talking about Christopher Columbus and just kind of how he became an American Idol and some other things about him that are kind of controversial.
Yeah, so Christopher Columbus, he was, big in American history, right?
Yeah,
Isaac, what do you think he did wrong?
There's
stuff.
probably a lot of things he did wrong, considering
He stole people from their villages, murdered them, whipped them, raped them, racism.
all the
it was
stuff.
just racism
all the bad stuff.
around
That
slavery.
just seems bad. That's really, really bad. And he really, it's not like in American culture that we know that very often. We don't we'll get it very told to us very often. Like when we were kids, I bet you probably watched the Charlie Brown, Christopher Columbus stuff, and they idolize him in that. And they say that he was nice to the Indians and that, but really he wasn't.
He was the exact opposite.
Yeah,
There's also the fact that we kind of idolize him because he found the Americas when really he wasn't the first to find them.
Yeah, it was the Vikings, wasn't it?
Also, he didn't even know he found the Americas.
He thought it was what did he say?
He didn't even know. He just thought it was he thought it was like a shortcut to Asia or something.
Yeah.
For the spice trades, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And then he didn't even know until he was done exploring and he was retired or whatever.
I don't think he found out in his lifetime. I think he died.
Did he die?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he had no idea.
I think it was Henry the Navigator or someone figured that out.
Wait, this is a new territory right
here. Yeah, and also, did he only hit the tip of America? He didn't even
He hit the Caribbean islands.
He only went to the Caribbean islands 4 times. He never actually touched, as we consider the U.S. today. He never even touched American soil.
Yeah.
So
there's also the fact that current day America isn't. We have mixed cultures and religions and all that.
Yeah.
And the fact that we have all these people over here now, the fact that they were mistreated all the way back then, and then we idolize this figure who mistreated them.
Well, also, we have to remember that some people don't even like Columbus Day. Indigenous people, that their ancestors used to be those Native Americans and that other stuff
beat and whipped and murdered.
That Christopher Columbus messed up or whatever. Those are all people that are celebrating Indigenous Day, actually.
Yeah, instead of Columbus Day, they use Indigenous People Day to make it their kind of day, honor their people, their ancestors who were killed or turned into slaves by Christopher Columbus. And even if you think about it, Christopher Columbus may have been a very important guy in American culture
He did help. What was it, Spain? Or was it?
Was it Spain? Was it Spain or
no,
Portugal?
Portugal.
Was it Portugal?
It was the Queen Elizabeth sponsored him.
Whoever he traveled for, it
was
helped
Spain.
Them grow, which did end up helping the Americas. I'm pretty sure.
Helped them grow a lot.
But at the same time, he still did mistreat Indigenous people. So we wouldn't have.
All right, that finishes up testing for the.
Yeah, we're in school, by the way.
Great, you are good to switch and.
Sorry, guys, we're good. Just in a moment.
But
Christopher Columbus, he was just kind of a bad person. I remember reading this story where Christopher Columbus, this was his second time going to the Caribbean, his second voyage there, and he gets there, and he realizes he's not going to have enough food to get back. And he asked the indigenous people there that only make enough food for the winter, no more than they need. He asked them to give them food so that they can make it back. They said no, and being a bad person he was, who was also annoyingly smart, he realized the moon would disappear or become a new moon.
The moon would become a red moon, and he said the blood moon will come out.
Yeah, and then they gave him as much food as he wanted, and then that group of people
that night,
and that group of people died during that winter.
Yeah.
So he just killed a civilization
he used the people
for his own good. Yeah.
He starved a whole civilization to death.
So I think with that we should probably celebrate Indigenous People Day because
Biden, former president, actually thought about making it an actual holiday
a
on Columbus Day.
federal holiday.
Yeah.
I mean, he did recognize like
But-
Happy Indigenous People Day and Columbus Day. Like he recognized both sides of the argument. Which one is the
But
better?
now Trump is like making it like gonna force it or something.
Isn't
about,
he,
like-
re-idolizing?
Yeah, he's
Christopher
re-idolizing
Columbus?
Christopher Columbus.
Yeah, he's making Christopher Columbus Day like better or whatever.
Aren't people like what's the word I'm looking for? They're like graffitiing all over Christopher Columbus statues and all
Yeah,
that.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
But to like kind of wrap it up here, the leaders are very much just kind of having a big play in this. Like the
Government.
with
Yeah,
government.
like Trump and Biden.
Trump
are like,
saying that Columbus Day is better, and then Trump, the former president, saying
Biden, the
Biden.
former.
Biden, yes, sorry, saying that he was like, okay, Indigenous People Day over Columbus Day. But it all just kind of depends on how you look at things. Like if you know Christopher Columbus not as like a bad person, and who like made America kind
It
of what it
depends
is.
how you're taught.
If someone depends on really how you're taught. If you're taught like he was like a good person or whatever, then you're gonna idolize him as a good person. But if you're like taught that he was a bad person, you'll see him as a terrible person. So.
I think we get the main gist that he was a bad person though.
So, in conclusion, let's just say the national holiday could or could not be celebrated by whoever you decide to listen to about who
Yeah.
Columbus is.
Like me personally, I ain't celebrating that.
I don't want to celebrate Columbus Day.
Are you testing in here?
No, we're
No.
just doing a podcast for our class. But
I
in
would
the
say-
end, I think Columbus Day, in my opinion, shouldn't be celebrated either. It's not a
Yeah.
great thing for what he did.
Yeah.
All right.